Hello, welcome subscribers, everyone around who is listening to this video. Thank you so much for being with me, supporting me, and I hope I was answering all the questions that you had given in the comments and even sent personally to me. I hope those comments, techniques, tips were helpful to you. Today I'm here with a very interesting topic of what makes great parents. What makes great parents? Parenting or raising kids, it's a complicated endeavor, and I would say, there is no one specific recipe for a perfect parenting. There are so many ingredients that has to come together and perfectly mixed to have a proper dish or a tasty dish in front of you, which is parenting. Considering all that, we are here with another very interesting topic of what makes a great parent. The first quality of a great parent is he or she knows when to let things go. It's a bittersweet reality that major part of our job as parents is to eventually be dispensable. Above all, we need to encourage our children to do things by themselves. We need to teach them to think independently, or to solve their own problems, or at the most believe deeply in their own abilities, to believe in their own abilities. Sadly, in the interest of time and efficiency, parents tend to do things for their children which they can do easily, or they can do easily for themselves. In an effort to prevent them from seeing them in pain or misery, parents rescue them and are actually robbing them to solve their problems by themselves. Parents usually tend to, you know, actually remove the space, remove the ability in them to sort out their own issues, to solve their own problems, or to think independently. Yet, there are so many parents who dress their preschoolers. It's actually taking the opportunity of them to develop their own skills, their own abilities. And to be a successful or a confident child, they need to explore their capabilities, their abilities, develop according to their age. So we as parents, we should provide them an environment to grow, not to be just overprotecting them or securing them unwantedly. Instead, you can give them a space. You can just be a supporter, a guide, a shadow person, helping them to do things perfectly. But with your supervision, let them explore themselves, let them start doing by themselves. I understand, as parents, it's not easy to see our children in fumble and stumble. But sometimes this is what actually helps them to be confident, capable, and independent individuals. And I'm sure every parent's goal is to see a child independent, capable, and trustworthy. And to do that, we as parents, we need to provide them an environment, an atmosphere where they can develop, explore their skills, and think independently. That's one of the quality. Another quality of great parent is to have a strong marriage. Children are affected by their parents' relationship. I know most of us, we have been encountering this, or from the question and answer session, I have been listening to many of the parents' queries, how they see the children very stubborn, how they find their children not respectful. Those are the reasons of the relationship or the bond that you have with your partner. The child, when he sees the relationship in you, the relationship that you maintain with your partner, that actually influences them a lot. And the researchers have shown that loving marriages are, parents who are from loving marriages, they tend to have good parenting because they tend to be very patient and more attentive to their children. And in contrast, unhappy parents usually tend to be harsh in their discipline. They tend to be over disciplining their child. The reason is actually they are not able to overcome their own problems. They are not able to sort out their own problems. As a result, they are not able to adequately care for their children or to adequately take care of someone else. For example, if you respect your partner or each other, like both of you respect each other, the child learns the first lessons from home, how to respect others and how to get along with others. For example, if they observe If the child observes how you deal with your husband, maybe in a conflict, the child learns how to be problem solvers, how to be conflict resolvers. Or when they see the parents kiss, they feel comfortable and they secure. In short, the strongest lesson that a child learns is from home, the first school. Usually, home is called as first school. This is the place where the child actually takes all the values in life, and lessons of a good marriage will stay with them for their lifetime. So the relationship that you maintain in your home, the environment, the conflict free, I mean, it will not be a conflict free environment, but of course, even the conflicts between, or the disagreements between you and your partner should be dealt separately. It should not be in the midst of a child. The discussion should never be in the midst of a child. This will badly affect, it will affect the child's morale. The morale would be affected, the child's morale would be affected, which should be displayed in various situations of child's life, which you will not be able to bear at that point of time. And the regret at that point of time will be of no value if you don't act now, if you don't take care of your life and your relationships now. That's another most important quality of a great parent, to have a good relationship with your partner, thereby having a strong bond, a strong envelope between you and your family. Another quality of a great parent is a great parent always finds time for fun. you know Great parents are always playful parents who always remembers to take quality time with their children. That doesn't mean, of course, that moms and dads needs to be like the non-stop entertainers, or always amusing their kids every minute of life. No, you can have quality point of time with your child, playing with them, just playing general plays like peekaboo or hide and seek. you know Hide and seek, when you play hide and seek with your children, it actually helps them to build some kind of attachment with them. Or tossing a ball back and forth actually helps them to have athletic ability. It helps them to have a sportsmanship and cooperation. Or you can play, even children during their toddlers or preschoolers, they love to have fantasy play, like you and your child can have a hospital play in which you will be a doctor and your child will be a patient. So you would be having an injection on your child, just play, right? So the next time the child would definitely tell you, Mama, let me be the doctor now and you be the patient, so that the child gets an opportunity to give you an injection back. That actually helps him to take in charge, to have a leadership skill in himself, that he'll take in charge of things. He wants to be as a leader, doing things just as you have shown him. Though, even so, what I want to say is, even little plays, you need not go to outdoor and play. Especially in this pandemic, you need not take them outdoor and let them play in outdoor. No, you even indoor, you have so many this kind of plays. You paint with them together, you read with them together, those stories which with moral, good moral, you can read with them together. You need not even explain them or go in depth to them, you just tell them superficially, and the moral of the story, the child automatically takes it into his heart, and he, on the next situation or another similar situation, he will act accordingly. So we, as parents, we should also find quality time with them. It's not just with medias, technologies. You see videos together, you see movies together, that's also good, but you need to have conversation quality time with them. Play with them, be attentive, be good listeners to them, engage them. And even if, like, the child is upset of any of the event that happened the whole day, play is the only thing that can actually take him or her away of those emotions. So play plays a big role, a major role in a child's life and in parenting. Another important quality of a great parent is, a great parent knows how to say no. Many parents, it seems, it's very tough to be firm with their children. They can't set rules. They threaten, but they don't follow through consequences. Like, there are, I've heard like, maybe even us, we used to tell our children, no TV for the whole week. You say no TV for the whole week, and you just practice it just for one night, and the next day the child goes back to TV and you don't react to it. So what does a child understand by this kind of behavior? When you say be firm, you either say no movie for this day or for tomorrow, no TV for tomorrow, no mobile for tomorrow. Just say it specifically. When you say something with a long term and you don't actually practice it, the child tends to not understand his limits or his boundaries. You should be consistent, firm in your rules. When you have a rule at home, please make sure that you're consistent and you follow it to the fullest. You know what happens? As toddler or preschooler, things may just work. Even with this kind of repetitive behaviors, things may still work. But when the child reaches an age of adolescence, he tends to look for a code of conduct somewhere else because he doesn't get from his parents. And in adolescence age, where he mingles with his friends, he finds that there's something wrong in my behavior. So he tends to go to some other peer groups or a pop culture just to understand the code of conduct, which is very dangerous. So the best way not to let your child influence by this outside culture is to assert your authority with consistency and conviction from time. You should be very particular about the time or the rules that you set, and make sure that your rules are not confusing or contradicting with other. You should not say something today and you contradict your own rule tomorrow. You should be consistent and firm with your rules, so that you have a balance between your rules and your discipline, at the same time showing support and empathy for them. Another important quality of a great parent is be a great role model. Every parent is eager to see their child living responsibly, compassionate, trustworthy, and kind. But teaching values is not the same like teaching them to swim or teaching them to paint or teaching them to draw. And value doesn't come from textbooks, it doesn't come from discussions. It's something that you show with your life. You show with your life. If you want your child to be generous, be generous to others. Don't just let the advise the child you should be generous, you should share, and you keep everything for yourself. You don't expect the child to be generous at any point of time. You need to be strong and persistent role model. Values, as I said, values are taught during ordinary interactions of daily life. Values, it can be part of your interaction with your child. Whenever you interact with your child, the values can be embedded in them. If you want them to be loving, if you want them to be kind, if you want them to be respectful, display that same behavior of whatever you expect from your child in your own life, which will be embedded in the child's brain automatically. And this value system, it will remain in the child for his or her lifetime. And another most important quality of a great parent, and which is something very close to me, is a great parent shows the child endless love. Showing a child endless love is at the core of being a great parent. Fortunately, almost all the moms and dads, we have this quality. We show our love through affection. Of course, we gush over a baby, we smother a toddler with kisses, or we silently say, I love you. For an infant, this actually, for infant or a toddler, when you provide this kind of endless encouragements, it actually helps them to have so many life lessons in their life, and it gives them timely and judicious advices in their lives. When you show them the affection, the endless love them without any expectations. Let your love be steady, reliable, and be ready to spend quality time with them. That will actually help you to develop a strong bonding between you and your children. There is nothing more mundane or sublime than being a good parent. Nothing makes us feel more vulnerable, and that nothing makes us feel more proud than knowing that the children whom we brought up have walked this earth and made a difference. So this is how we define ourselves as great parents, and it's not tough to be great parents. Our parents have been bringing us up, and parents, and this cycle goes on. It's nothing very tough It's not a a hard nut to crack. All of us can actually follow this. We just need some kind of dedication to it and some kind of willpower. And as all parents, we need our child to be confident, trustworthy, capable, independent, and a blessed human being in this earth. For that, as parents, we have a huge role to play, and I'm sure all of us will play all this role. May God bless you all to be blessed parents, proud parents. Enjoy your parenting. Let the children enjoy their childhood. Stay healthy, stay safe. Until we meet again in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.